Hey guys, Basidio here. Got a UU match for you today. Using a new team. I tried it out against Cool Story Bro Bat I think it was yesterday, and it worked pretty well. He was trying out a new team too. If you haven't checked out Cool Story Bro Bat's channel, I really suggest you do. He's got some great battles up there. And yeah, so the idea of this team was based behind Punny and Cresselia. Now, they don't work together really. It's just an annoyer team with a lot of offensive prowess. So at the top, I'm at the top. I'm facing NIckG, who's at the bottom. Got my Punny with an Iron Ball, Switcheroo, and Clots so she doesn't get the speed drop. Return, Thunder Wave, and Encore. So I can Switcheroo, slow them down, say they're a booster, especially on a booster because I want to slow them down, and then Encore them into their boosting move. Plus, she's just really naturally fast and actually pretty bulky. She can take a hit, as you'll see. Cresselia, I'm not running one of the sets listed on Smogon. This is probably my favorite Cresselia set, one of my favorite set on any Pokemon. Rest, Sleep Talk, Psychic, Psycho Shift with a Flame Orb. So she has massive special defense HP and massive defense. Her defense is a little lower than her special defense, but it's still huge. So I invested mostly in special defense and HP. I got 40 EVs in defense. So I get burned, Psycho Shift it onto any physical attacker. I can take almost any special hit. And then when I get low, Rest, Psycho Shift the sleep off of me. I wake up early and put one of their threats to sleep. So she can spread status like it's nothing. I love Cresselia. I love this Cresselia set. Then I got my Flygon, Standard Choice Scarf, U-Turn, Stone Edge, Earthquake, Outrage. Standard Subcom Mind, Raikou with Thunderbolt and Hidden Power Ice. Got my Nasty Plot Zoroark, which, since the illusion can cause switches, I can get a free Nasty Plot sometimes, and sometimes threats don't switch because they think it's something else. And I can take it out with a Focus Blast, or a Flamethrower, or a Dark Pulse. And then Choice Scarf Moxie Heracross, just because I needed a filler, and I figured I'd finish the Psychic Dark Fighting Core. But let's get started. So he leads off with his Scrafty, and I lead off with my Punny. First turn, I go for the Switcheroo, give him the Iron Ball, get a Lumberry, and he goes for a Dragon Dance. So Punny already did her job. She completely screwed over his boost Pokemon. Now I go for an Encore, and he's stuck in the Dragon Dance. Now, what I should have done is gone for a Thunder Wave there, because I would have outsped him even if he was at +4. Could have kept Encoring and just could have took him down with returns. But I go into my Cresselia, get the burn on the switch, and he has to go for Dragon Dance again because he's stuck in it. Now I go for the Psycho Shift and burn him. So now basically all of his boosts are ruined because the attack boosts are ruined by the burn, the speed boosts are ruined by the Iron Ball. He goes for a Crunch, gets more burn. So I pull back. I want to save my Punny for a little bit. So I figured he'd go for the Drain Punch now, and he does. Go into my Heracross. Now I go for a Mega Horn and take him out. So, completely just ruined that Scrafty's plan. It felt good. So he goes into a Sceptile here, and I have no idea why, because he knows I'm Moxie because I got the boost. He should have expected Choice Scarf. But I take out his Sceptile. It goes into a Chandelure. Now I figure I'll sack my Punny. I figured maybe he'd go for a Shadow Ball predicting, I don't know. But even if he doesn't, if he goes for the Flamethrower, I'm fine with sacking him. So I switch in my Heracross and go for a Dark Pulse. Just kidding! It's a Zoroark. Yeah. So now I go for a Focus Blast and kill his Crocodile. So, yeah. Like I said, he would have switched if he saw a Zoroark, but he saw a Heracross. So now I go into a Flygon. Not because I predicted the Thunder Wave, because I didn't think he'd have Thunder Wave, just because I wanted to switch in my Flygon. Go for a Stone Edge. He goes for a Confuse Ray, and this is where it gets annoying because ready, hit myself in Confusion. Goes for an Overheat, which I don't really understand. If you're going on a Power Fusion set, you wouldn't really want Overheat because you wouldn't want you'd want to stay in and abuse the Power Fusion. So lowering your special attack isn't a good idea, but I hit myself in Confusion again. Now I get to move, but it's as he switches into a Swampert. So 2 out of 3 turns in Confusion, I hit myself. Go back into my Cressy. Take a Scald like a boss. Go for a Psycho Shift, miss. He goes for a Toxic. I guess he was predicting the Psycho Shift, maybe, which actually would have been a pretty good play, but I have the rest. I go for the Psycho Shift now. I guess he wasn't predicting it because he goes for a Scald now. And now a Swampert is burned. So now I go for a Rest. So he goes for another Scald. And yeah, he isn't going to be able to break me at all. I will be able to take any Scald and any Overheat. But I switch out. Go back into my Flygon. Just to sack it, really. So I can get a free switch into my Zoroark. But he switches too, goes into his Rotom Heat, so I just go for a Stone Edge, and he goes for a Confuse Ray. So, guess what happens next? I hit myself in Confusion. He goes for an Overheat and misses. Guess what happens next? I hit myself in Confusion again, and I kill myself. So 4 out of 5 turns, I could have been confused. I was. I don't like Confusion. I don't like playing luck hacks. So I go into my Heracross and go for a Nasty Plot. Just kidding, it's a Zoroark. Goes for a Scald, and now I'm at +2, and I go for Dark Pulses, and I sweep his team. So, yeah. Don't think Lopunny is just some useless Pokemon sex symbol. Everyone says she's the Playboy Bunny. She's not. She's actually really useful. She can be used in any tier. It's just she has a very specific niche. So she can't just fit on any team. But she is actually extremely useful if you use her right. She's either going to be a very, very, very good Pokemon on your team, or a waste of a team slot if you don't use her right. But anyway, good game, NIckG. And thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you tomorrow.